What up, everybody? It's April Dawn. Let's talk about it. She's gotta have it. Spike Lee joint. Y'all, I thought this was excellent. It was excellent from the beginning to the end. I loved it overall. I love the backdrop in New York City. I love the fact that she was an artist. I love the fact that her artistry played into it. I love the music and how he put the covers of the album after the scenes to let us know what music was playing during that scene. I loved it. I love the fact that we're looking through the male gaze, but it's a female. So I love that. Like, I love the double standards, the examining of how men date multiple women all the time. It's no big deal. Nobody even cares, but when a woman does it, it's a big deal. She's seen as a freak. She's seen as this, that, and the other. I love how, even though, you know, we can make that argument and be on some feminine stuff, Nola was doing some stuff where you like, girl, sis, why are you doing this? You taking it too far, you know what I'm saying? Things of this nature. She was selfish. She had her own flaws is what I'm trying to say. So let's just talk about it. I'm not gonna recap every episode because it's just a waste of time. Why are we gonna recap every episode? Don't make no sense. So let's just talk about our overall thoughts. So the characters we have are Nola Darling. We have the three guys she's dating, Mars, Greer, and Jamie. We also have Opal, is another female that she's dating. Then we have Shamika, who is her friend. We also have Carlicia or Charlicia, I can't remember exactly what her name was, but she's also one of her good friends. She also has Paco, who is like the neighborhood, the mayor of the neighborhood. He's just a local guy, friend, homeless guy, artist as well. We also have one of my highlighted favorite characters was Raka. What was her name? The principal at the school was one of my favorite characters. I really liked her. I really loved her story. That was a beautiful story. The way her character spoke in third person was hilarious, but also very saddening at the same time after you get the explanation of why she does it. So I thought those were also important small characters that were also in the show. So let's talk about it. Nola Darling is the artist. She is a free spirit. She is dating these three guys at one time. There's things about all three guys that she likes. Mars is the youngest out of all of them. He don't have a license. He still live with his mama, you know, but he has a good heart. He really cares about Nola. He really goes out his way to like help her and do things for her. And he makes her laugh. If you make a girl laugh, you can make a girl do anything. Y'all remember that. That's important. So she likes him on a youthful tip. Then you have Greer. Greer is a model. He's a photographer. So they connect on an artistry level later on. But at first, he just likes her because she's pretty. He likes beautiful things. He thinks that Nola is beautiful as well as himself. He's hilarious. He's like our comic relief because he's over the top with how cute he thinks he is, okay? So I liked Greer, but I didn't like him, but you know, he was funny to watch. And then we have Jamie. Jamie is the grown one out of all of them. He's 40 years old. He is married. He has a wife and a son, and they have their own issues, but him and his wife are separated, and so he's in love with Nola. He really likes Nola a lot, but he's sort of controlling with the money. He the money man. He take care of her, okay? He's financing her life, so you know, she craves that grown adult situation from him, like daddy almost. And then you got Greer, who's an artist like herself, who's just fun and, you know, sexy and fun loving. So you got those three guys. Then you have Opal. Opal is grown as hell. She's a gardener. She owns a nursery. She has a daughter. She's a very adult person, and she get caught up with Nola because Nola has something about her that she don't have no more, youthfulness and a free spirit. Nola's character to me is like a girl who has, or people, you know, there are people who have like an aura to them that people can't, you know, they draw people to them. So like for her friend Charlicia, she slept with Mars. Charlicia was dealing with Mars first, and then Nola just slept with him, and then she started dating him, and she was like, well, I mean, you know, did you want to share him? I mean, I don't understand, like, there is no girl code for her, but she's still her friend. So it's like, if somebody had did that to me, I don't know if we would still be friends or we would have fell out. We would have had a problem. Her friend talks about how they were roommates and it was randoms coming over all the time. So I guess, you know, people just let her make it because she's such a free spirit. That's like her excuse to fuck up. And, you know, people just let her do it, you know, and never get her together. That's one of her flaws. Like I said, we're looking at the male view. Men do this type of stuff all the time. It's not a big deal. So it's interesting to see the dynamic and the how she receives the backlash because she don't like being called a freak or anything like this, because, you know, she feels like, and it's true, I mean, she can date 3 people at one time. I mean, your eye hygiene have to be excellent to be dating 3 people at one time. But you know, we just gonna make the assumption that it is. I noticed, if you didn't notice, did you notice that the sheets changed colors? Like with each guy, they were bold colors. So they weren't like pastel blue and baby pink. It was like burgundy, red, blue. Like you could tell that she changed the sheets and wanted to, you know, emphasize, you know what I'm saying, that she has good hygiene, clearly, to be doing it with all these people, right? I mean, I'm not gonna judge it. It is what it is. Because, I mean, she was very honest and she was very upfront with them, which I also appreciated. Because if they didn't like it, they could roll, they could press. Like, she wasn't even tripping. If you don't like it, just press. Move on with your life and I'm cool. So, I mean, you know, I can't get mad at her. I mean, they either with it or they ain't with it. So that was that, you know? So I didn't really have to say too much as far as that relationship goes. Now, I didn't like Nola's character for some of the, you know, her characteristics. Like, she was selfish, sometimes she was self-centered, and when she was dealing with Jamie, sometimes she was entitled. Like when she didn't have her rent and he had paid her that $10,000, or for the picture, like the way she called him and went off on him, I didn't appreciate that, because this man is buying stuff for you, he taking care of you, he don't have to do anything. And that's what you get. You dealing with a married man, he have a wife that he live with, that's their money. So, you know, she can't go in and stop your check. So who are you hollering at? He just bends to her will. I mean, it's crazy. I didn't really like that. I didn't really like the fact that she asked Mars to bring her stuff all the way across town, but didn't invite him to the event. Now I can understand you not invite him to the event. You got 3 dudes, everybody gonna want to come. You need to focus on your art and, you know, all of that. I didn't really like that either, because I felt like if you didn't want to invite him, that's cool, but don't ask him to bring your stuff. You know, don't ask him to bring your stuff. I didn't appreciate that at all. Okay, with Greer, I didn't really care. I kind of liked the way she talked to him, because he seemed a little bit self-deprecating, because, you know, she talked to him crazy and he liked that. I did like it when she walked out on him when he took her on a date, because you're not gonna take me on a date with all your hoes up in the restaurant, everybody looking at me sideways. Like, I don't have time for you to be stroking your own ego up in here with all these women you done slept with. I'm out. So I didn't really care about that, because Greer's not a character that we care about that much. You know, they try to make us care when he said he actually want to date Nola, but the reason why he wants to date her is completely superficial reasons, Shy. It was completely superficial, because, you know, I didn't really realize she had any depth to her till I went to the art show and was like, oh, okay, she's talented. And I want to be with her because she's talented and pretty. So, like, that was basically his reasoning. So I wasn't here for Grip. Jamie is controlling as hell. He, like I said, he seems like the type of guy. When we got to meet his wife, that's when we found out that he had been in love several other times before. So he seems like Nola, this is not his first time falling in love with somebody or whatever the case may be. It seems like when he slept with his wife, I was like, are you sleeping with your wife because you want to, or are you sleeping with your wife because Nola not answering the phone? You know what I'm saying? What's the deal? Like, he seemed slightly obsessed a little bit. So I liked him at first, but then once we met his wife and I saw that dynamic in the home, I was like, I don't fool with him. Because you could tell his wife was angry, but she still loved her husband. And, you know, he was sleeping with other people. I mean, it is what it is. I don't feel like she was wrong for questioning him. Who the hell you writing a check that's $10,000 for? I felt like with the son, that's what I'm talking about. I feel like if we had a season 2, maybe they could flesh the characters out a little bit more, because with the son and the nigga on the t-shirt and all of that stuff, that storyline was wrapped up so quick. I felt like it was just a Spike Lee device. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was, this is the message as Spike Lee, okay? Because that could have been really gotten into that topic or whatever. But I did like the little boy playing the guitar. That was dope. He was playing the electric guitar. It was a good, yeah, that was cute. That was real cute. And I liked how they picked him, because he did look just like his mama, very, very light, fair skin. I thought they did a good job casting that. With Mars, like I said, we never really found out anything about his home life. They didn't really flesh his character out much as far as his background. We did get a lot from him with the fact that how much he cares about Nola and what he does for Nola, and, you know, how he talk about Nola all the time and things like this. So I thought that was pretty interesting, but they didn't really get into his character that much. Some other characters they didn't get into is Shamika. Shamika is the friend who goes and gets the bus shots. First of all, that bus shot scene was so difficult to watch. It made me realize the lengths that these girls will go through to feel beautiful or think they're beautiful or whatever the case may be. Like, it was a lot. And I know it was more than one factor that led her to go get the bus shots, but ultimately I think it was low self-esteem and not feeling like you're not good enough, because I would have worked my little flat booty up, put one of them little things, pump your booty up, and gone out there and make you a little coin and there's somebody out there who like little tootie booty too, okay? Everybody don't like a big old, you know, diaper booty. Somebody like a little tootie booty. She was saying she was doing it to feed her daughter. She was saying she was doing it to make more money, but why would you put yourself through that? I just was, ooh, that was hard for me to watch. And I don't necessarily disagree with getting stuff done to your body if that's what you want to do, but I feel like Nola was a little irresponsible as a friend to just co-sign it without saying, girl, I mean, I will go to the doctor and do it the right way, because that's what you should do. Go to the doctor and do it the right way, and don't go, you know, don't go to a hotel room, no shady place. You know, you want to care about your friends. I think she realized it when she got the phone call about her being in the hospital, because, you know, after she danced at the club, booty juice popped everywhere, child, pus, whatever that was. That was gross and embarrassing for her. Like, I felt so bad for the girl when it happened. And then you have an infection in your blood. No, girl, no. And then that was pretty much it. We saw her maybe one more time, talk to Nola, say she was better, and then she went and got her daughter, and that was pretty much it for her character. So I would have liked to see more with that character. Also with the Paco character, I didn't see him get out of jail. I saw them both went to jail. The whole gentrification storyline, I would have liked to see more from his character. You know, did he get out of jail? What happened to Paco? Is he still in the neighborhood? Is he gonna go somewhere else now and not sit on the stoop? Like, I wanna know what happened to Paco. I think that might be it. Oh, I liked Raka. What was her name, y'all? Raka somebody. The principal at the school. I lived for the principal at the school. She was everything. Her story was so sad to me. How she talks in third person to like explain what happened to her story and all the trauma and abuse she went through and how she made it through, and she is the person that she is now. But in the delivery, the comic way that she was delivering it, but it was a tragic, sad story. Like, my heart hurt, you know, for the story that she was telling. But I just loved her character and how, even though she didn't necessarily agree with what Nola was doing, she understood that she was trying to take them through a process, and she kind of let her do her thing. Like, I'm gonna let you do you, you know, but just know that, you know, this goes way deeper than a piece of paper and some colors and some paints, okay? So I really liked her character. I really liked her character. Some funny things I learned about some of the cast members, or some, you know, behind the scenes tease, is that the dude that plays Mars, his name is Anthony Ramos, I think it's Anthony, y'all don't quote me, but the last name definitely is Ramos, and he was in Hamilton. And so he got his job from Spike Lee from being in Hamilton, and he actually did work at Victoria's Secret. If you remember, there's a spiel where he talks about all these different bras he worked at Victoria's Secret. So he said that whole section was ad-libbed. And he actually did work for Victoria's Secret until he did do the bras, until he realized that, you know, women don't necessarily like men handing them bras. It was weird and creepy. And so then he started selling perfume and stuff like that. So that was pretty interesting to me. I thought that was pretty cool. I read a lot about the set and the look, and they talked about the details of Nola's, you know, dress, the way she dressed, and her hair. They want to keep D'Andrea, what's her name? D'Andrea, I can't remember her last name, but she also played Clara on Underground. If you don't know who she is, if you watch Underground, she played the shit out of Clara, okay, on Underground. She's also married to the guy who played Kato on Underground. That's her husband. I can't remember his name either. I know these people named Orlando Miller. That's his name. So Orlando Miller and D'Andrea Wise are married together. They were both on Underground, and now she's on this show. She's such a phenomenal actress. I mean, really good actress. I really don't have too much else to say about it, y'all. It was excellent. If you have not seen it, go watch it, okay? I don't want to tell you every single thing that's going to happen, because I don't want to spoil everything for you. But it's a really good show. It really makes you think about what you think about certain things and how society, you know, sets us up to think one thing, or, you know, like, you know, the stigmas we have about women and men and relationships and whatnot. The last episode for me was kind of strange. It ended kind of ambiguously, and I was a little confused about the ending, but maybe they're leaving it open for a season 2. I was low-key scared they was gonna get into a foursome, child. I was like, they keep dancing towards this bed. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see it. But they didn't do it, and they saved us from the foursome. So thank God they just fell asleep and they got up, because I think the whole point was, I like y'all. If you with it, you with it. But if not, I could be alone. It's all good. I've grown as a person, but she really didn't grow that much, okay? She really didn't grow at all till she was forced to grow. So, you know, that's neither here nor there. I'm loving these stories about black people that are not perfect. I know people get upset about these kind of stories because everybody feel like you should be watching Martin Luther King every day. Even Martin Luther King wasn't perfect. So, or you know, Malcolm X, so we feel like we should be powering to the people all the time and fighting and struggling. We gotta show us uplifting, uprising, being lawyers and doctors, and you know, and we can't have flaws. We're not like regular people. The people that's like regular people think they're not normal because, you know, they going through normal life problems. So I like seeing the black experience normalized. I like seeing us like friends. Black people like, you know what I mean? Like living our lives like everybody else and not being judged because we're black and we're doing something that's not, you know, normal or what society says you should do. So I appreciate the stories. Even if I don't necessarily agree with everything and every action everybody does, I appreciate the story. So I want to hear your thoughts about She's Gotta Have It. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all have a blessed week. Peace.